Good morning, students. A very warm welcome to all of you. Now we are going to start the last module of semester 4. That is module 4, semester 4, and the first lesson is fiscal policy. In this module also there are 4 lessons. So the first lesson is fiscal policy. Now in this we will be discussing about the objectives of fiscal policy and then constituents of fiscal policy and limitations of fiscal policy. The question can be explain the objectives of fiscal policy. This is very important question. Then constituents of fiscal policy and limitations of fiscal policy. So let us start. Fiscal policy is the part of government policy that deals with raising revenue through tax and non-tax sources and deciding on the level and pattern of public expenditure. The fiscal policy is composed of several parts. These include tax policy, expenditure policy, public expenditure policy, investment or disinvestment strategies, and debt or surplus management. Fiscal policy is an important constituent of the overall economic framework of a country, and it is therefore intimately linked with its general economic policy strategy. In most modern economies, governments deal with fiscal policy while central bank is responsible for monetary policy. Let us understand the objectives of fiscal policy. Number 1, optimum allocation of resources. The most important function of fiscal policy is to determine how the country's resources should be allocated, and allocation of resources depends upon the collection of taxes and size and composition of government expenditure. The government can use taxation and subsidies to indirectly influence resource allocation. Second point, full employment. This is one of the main objectives of fiscal policy. For this, the fiscal policy should be designed to keep the level of aggregate demand very high. In developing economies, government expenditure on social and economic infrastructure is used to generate employment opportunities. Next, economic stability. Stabilization of the economy is another important function of fiscal policy. The cyclical nature of the market causes fluctuations. Fiscal policy is meant to counter these fluctuations. Next, increasing rate of investment and capital formation. Fiscal policy is aimed at increasing rate of capital formation through investment. This can be done by giving tax incentives and subsidies to encourage private sector investments. Next, encouraging socially optimum pattern of investments. In developing countries, fiscal policy can direct investment in those fields that are most desirable from social point of view. For example, fiscal incentives to small scale industries and infrastructure developments. So, next is reducing income inequalities. Taxation and public expenditure policies are used by the government to reduce inequalities. Progressive direct taxes impose heavier burden on the rich people. Public expenditure on subsidies and social infrastructure reduce income inequalities. Next, reducing unemployment and underemployment. Public works program can be initiated to create employment and to absorb surplus labor from the areas of underemployment, especially in developing countries. Next, controlling inflation. developing countries need to resort to deficit financing in order to finance their programs and industrialization and infrastructure building. This creates inflationary conditions in the economy. In order to control the inflation, the ideal fiscal response would be reduction of public expenditure. Students, these are the objectives of fiscal policy. Now let us start the new point, constituents of fiscal policy. There are four constituents of fiscal policy. Number one, the budget. The budget is an estimate of government's expenditure and revenue for a fiscal year. It is an important instrument of fiscal policy used by most modern governments to fulfill objectives of economic growth, reduction of inequalities, generation of employment and economic stability. Second, taxation. Taxes are the most important source of revenue to the government. They are compulsory payments levied on income and wealth and production, sales and movements of commodities. Taxes are used to reduce income inequalities, maintaining price stability, etc. Next, public expenditure. Public expenditure policy is the end objective of fiscal policy. The primary objective of public expenditure is welfare generation. Next, public debt. Most governments finance their expenditure through borrowings when the tax and other sources of revenue are inadequate. Public debt causes burden of repayment which results in income distribution. These are the four constituents of fiscal policy. Now coming to the last point, the limitations of fiscal policy. Number one, practical difficulties. Theoretically, the outcomes of fiscal policy are based on certain assumptions, but real macroeconomic situations are more complex. Certain assumptions made in theory may not be present in reality, making fiscal policy ineffective. Second, forecasting difficulties. Reliable forecasting of target variables is very important factors in the success of fiscal measures. These variables include national income, output, price level, employment, consumption and investment. Forecasting is the function of data collection and analysis which is difficult in developing countries. Next, multiplier. The effects of fiscal measures are transmitted to the economy through the working of various multipliers like investment multiplier, tax multiplier, etc. The government may decide to increase expenditure in order to boost economic growth. This can lead to rise in fiscal deficit. By the time economic growth is revived, the fiscal deficit may have grown so large as to force the government cut down on capital and revenue expenditure, which affects the growth. Next, time lag. These lags exist in case of discretionary fiscal policy, which are deliberate measures taken by the government. It takes time for the government to recognize the problem and then decide to implement a suitable policy to address the problem. These are inside lags. The outside lags is in the form of time taken for the impact of policy to be felt. These lags reduce the effectiveness of the fiscal policy. Next, underdeveloped economies. Fiscal measures as well as monetary measures are not very effective in underdeveloped economies because of low taxable capacity, large unorganized and non-monetized financial system, low income levels and corruption. And the last, political influence. While monetary policy is under the central bank's control, fiscal policy is implemented by the government. The central bank is an autonomous institution relatively free from political influence. But this is not true of fiscal policy. The democratic government often mix politics with economics in their budget decision. So, the short-run political gains can compromise long-term economic goals of fiscal policy. So students, these are the three things important in this topic. I said this is module 4, lesson 1, the objectives of fiscal policy. The 8 objectives are there. Then constituents of fiscal policy, explain the constituents of fiscal policy with these 4 constituents, and the limitations of fiscal policy, these 6 limitations. So 3 questions are there. You have to write the answer in the proper way. Thank you very much.